Hi, I'm Dr. Millie Dierix, and this is the introduction to the energy body. Everything we're going to do here has to do with who we really are at the energy level. And we're not only this body, we are so much more. I'm going to use the art of Alex Grey. He's a great artist, he can see the energy body, and he has come up with these renderings, with these paintings. Many of them are they're everywhere, and you've probably seen them before, but I have put them in the order of how the body starts looking from the physical to the energetic. Okay, so of course this is the first layer you see. Inside this, there's this: our organs, our muscles, our tissues, everything that makes the physical body work, the function of the body, the physicality of the body. So this is what we see. This is level consciousness 1. This is the one we're going to work with more. But after this one, you have this one. Here you start seeing the energy centers. There's 7 main ones in the body, and they're called the chakras. I'm sure you've heard of them. It's 7 from here, the heart, the solar plexus, the navel, and the root chakra. And you can see them here on this picture. But you also see the lines. All these little lines are the meridians. I don't know if you have heard about meridians, but they're like veins that carry energy. They carry the energy of the organs through the body. So what acupuncturists do is they use these channels and the little points within them in order to make the organ function again, because that's where the energy of the organ is passing through. So these are all the meridians and the acupuncture points in them. So that's why acupuncture works, because it's actually working with the energy body and with the energy of the organ more than the organ itself. The next stage, if you can see here, you start losing the human form, and you can see the energy surrounding it. So this is the aura around the human body. You can see here the lines, and they go through the feet, which is also the root chakra. They go in the feet, up the body, out the crown chakra, and around. It's like a toroidal form going around the body. And this body is about 1 meter, or however long your arms are, all around you. So to the sides, to the front, under your feet, over your head, to the back. It's like an egg form surrounding you. And it's the aura. And people who can see the aura say that there's different colors of aura. And you can see everything that's going on with a person in their aura. Actually, illness is first detected here, and then it comes into the body, because that's the way we're created. We come from energy, and then we're synthesized. But this is still not the blueprint. This is the energy blueprint we come from. This is what we really are. So if you can see, here you don't have a human form. You can only see the energy centers and how they interact. This is just the blueprint, the inner energy interaction between your centers. And this body goes way beyond that. It goes to eternity. So this is what we really are, this blueprint of energy. So this is the creation part. This is how we are created first. And then we start putting on layers. First, the basic human form, and the energy centers, and our aura is formed. And then you get the meridians, you get the organ functions created and working, and then you get the actual organs and the actual body. So it's not that this physical body is housing a soul, is that the soul starts making its energy more and more physical until it manifests into a body. It's like building a house. First you get the blueprint, and then you start putting on the bricks as the blueprint suggests. And this is how we work. Okay, so when all the things we do mentally, emotionally, and energetically work on this body because they work on the other bodies. And the information of who we are comes from the other bodies into this one. It's not the other way around. It's not that this information goes there, but that information comes here. And this is a very important concept for what we're going to do afterwards when we go through the levels of consciousness. Because what we create here is important. It's our daily choices, but it's not the most important. Because as we go up into the subtle levels, the level of freedom, just as the level of incarnation becomes lighter, the choice is much bigger. And we'll go into that as we go into the consciousness levels. But as you can see, this is very dense. This is densified energy. And it's much more difficult to move densified energy than subtle energy, like this one. So just imagine, if you made a choice here, it would eventually manifest here. But if you make a choice here in the physical body, it's very difficult for it to get to the subtle body. If you think about it, it's very logical. Much easier to move subtle energy than densified energy. And I think that's the problem that's been keeping us from evolving fast, because we're trying to choose from here. We're trying to build ourselves from the physical instead of from the blueprint. It's as if you wanted to make a change in your house. You would have to go back to the original blueprint and see how that was done in order to make the process much easier. If you tried just to do it like that, you would find cables where you didn't want them. You would find tubes of water running down where you didn't know. You would cut them. It would be much more complicated if you didn't know the original blueprint. And this is what I want you to keep in your mind. This is your original blueprint. And it's from here, this is the part we want to reach eventually. The subtle levels, the energy levels. Okay, so that's Energy 101. That's how the energy body works. And let's keep going. Let's do things with it. So the first thing we're going to do is work with the physical body. Because this is the easiest one to see. This is the one we know. This is the one we live with every day. So the first thing we're going to do, just to start feeling it around, is to feel different parts of our body. So if you close your eyes and you put all your attention in your feet, you can feel how your feet feel in the floor. You can wiggle your fingers, your toes. You can feel your hands too and your fingers. And just feel your body. Feel its weight. Feel the center of gravity, if you tend to go backwards or forwards. And just feel if you're tense, if you need to move around something. Just put your attention into this creation called a body. And let's give ourselves a moment of gratitude, because it's a huge effort to come from the subtle to the physical. And we did this for a reason. All this biological effort has a purpose. Maybe we don't know what it is right now, but it does have a purpose. That energy, that very subtle energy, had to go through all these steps in order to create this body. So there, with your eyes closed, take a deep breath and send gratitude to all your body. Because this is the body that can feel. This is the body that has actual experiences, that feels emotion, that feels pain and pleasure, and can actually do and manifest physical things. So bless your body, thank it. as it is, no judgment, just gratitude. And give yourself a smile. And give yourself a hug. And bring this sense that you're here for a reason to every single one of your cells. Imagine all these little cells that make you up. They are all sentient beings. Each one of them is alive, and they feel everything you feel. To them, you are God. They have never seen you whole, but they work for you all day. They do every process you need to keep alive. So send them your gratitude. And really feel it. Going into all these teeny tiny cells that work without rest for you every day, all the time. Very good. And now, as a homework, I want to let you feel yourself. So every time you remember, just put your attention somewhere in your body, whatever you want. You can do it on your feet, you can do it in your chest, you can do it in your hands if you're doing something with your hands. You can, if you're brushing your hair, put your attention in your scalp. If you're washing your face, put your attention, how does that feel? How does my skin feel? If you're walking in nature, how does the breeze feel? How do my feet feel falling in the ground? What sounds do I hear? This is mindfulness. Mindfulness is being mindful of what you're feeling and what you're doing. So for homework, every time you remember, be mindful of how you feel. If you're comfortable, if you're not, just take note of it. You don't have to do anything with it. If you can, do. If you're uncomfortable, please try to get more comfortable. But sometimes we are so engrossed in what we're doing that we don't even notice that our back is crooked, or that our feet are falling asleep, or that our clothes are so tight and we can't breathe. So just be mindful. Put your attention in different parts of your body and just start experimenting with feeling yourself. And then in another video, I'm going to show you how to use this body as an antenna, because it is an antenna and it has its wisdom of its own. It knows instinctively what's good for it and what it's not. So we're going to use it to ask, what is good for me now and what isn't? And that's the next exercise. We're going to do it in the next video, which sort of follows this one, but it can be used independently. So we'll go there.